It is Sunday, June 20, 2021. Happy Father's Day and welcome to LCJ Live. I am Lights Camera Jackson. Hope you're doing well. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Hope you're getting out, doing something nice. It is a nice day here in upstate New York. And we've got some breaking box office news. Your new winner is Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard with $11.7 million from Friday through today. A 5-day plus those Thursday, Friday, and Saturday previews from the previous week. Total as of now for Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard of $17 million. Now that's still lower than what the first Hitman's Bodyguard movie opened to in just 3 days. Back in 2017, it opened to $21.3 million. So even with all the previews, it still couldn't quite get to that target. But a little better over the last couple of days. I know there were estimates of around $13 million or $15 million for this 5-day start for Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, so 17 is a little better. It did $3.1 million on Friday, so clearly yesterday and today for Father's Day, a decent number of people going to see what I think is one of the worst movies of the year, but nonetheless it is making money. What's up, Bednar? Thank you for being here today on LCJ Live. I've got with me John Cena, and you can see him. Fast and Furious 9 opens Thursday night at 7 o'clock. How much money will it make? We will predict that here coming up on LCJ Live. Quiet Place Part 2, $9.4 million. It's up to $125.3 million. Exactly 2/3 of what the first Quiet Place movie made, $188 million, back in 2018. So it's got a third of the way to go. Can it do it? I'm not so sure at this point, but we will have to see. Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway, with $6.1 million. It's up to $20 million after 10 days. You saw the breaking news, unless you missed it, Hotel Transylvania, Transformania from Friday. Sony deciding, you know what? We are not going to put this movie out in July anymore. We are going to put it out on October 1st, even though we have no idea what things are going to be like on October 1st. And we're only 4 weeks away from July 23rd. They're not happy with how Peter Rabbit 2 has done, so they want to move it. And I think they fear the competition of Space Jam 2, which comes out July 16 from Warner Brothers the week before Hotel Transylvania. Though, here's what Derek Dreiman and Jennifer Kluska, the co-directors of this new Transylvania movie, told me just about a month and a half ago. They said, look, Sony is so committed not only to putting this movie out in theaters, but to putting it out in the summertime. Clearly, they changed their minds. They really did. What's up, Brett Harity? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. I am surprised by this Transylvania news because I think no matter what, I think families would go see this Transylvania movie no matter the time of year. So I really think Sony's missing an opportunity here. Though I do get the sense maybe they didn't quite finish the movie yet. I can't confirm or deny that, but just a gut feeling based on talking with the directors and asking them, hey, when you come down to these deadlines and what do you have? And it still seemed like they had a little bit to go. So we'll have to see. Maybe that's part of it as well. The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and Cruella, neck and neck. Conjuring, $5.2 million. It's up to $54 million. Cruella, $5.1 million. It's up to $65 million. Really not bad, all things considered. Cruella opened to $21 million, and it's now already made 3 times its opening weekend. That's pretty good, actually, for Disney. They should not be too disappointed by those numbers. Who should be disappointed right now is Warner Brothers for In the Heights, which dropped from $11.4 million last weekend down to $4.2 million this weekend. In the Heights. It has not crossed $20 million yet. They got to be shaking their heads going, what happened here? I think a 2.5-hour musical? People, I guess, some people just don't want to see that right now. Even though I think it's a good film, it's not an amazing movie, but maybe people are watching it on HBO Max instead, or they just don't have interest in musicals. Musicals can be tough. Unless you have big stars, you're a Disney movie, that helps with the musicals, and that's neither case for In the Heights. Another $1.6 million for Spirit Untamed. It's up to $14 million. 12 Mighty Orphans expanded, $870,000. It's at $1.3 million. Film called The Sparks Brothers didn't do a whole lot this weekend, $265,000. Meet the Blacks 2 added $604,000. It's up to $2 million. Wrath of Man will round out your top 10 with another $448,000. It is closing in on $27 million since it opened at the beginning of May. Congratulations to Disney and Pixar on Luca's opening weekend. I don't congratulate them on missing the boat on putting this movie out in more than just one theater, but a $26,000 Friday, an $80,000 weekend at the El Capitan Theater in Hollywood makes it by far the highest per-screen average for a movie so far in 2021. I had this gut feeling last week around this time. I'm going, you know what? Luca can do big numbers at the El Capitan, which holds 1,100 people with the higher ticket prices. The Pixar fans who would want to see it on the big screen, and families in Hollywood, California wanting to check out Luca. I am not surprised at all that it has done as well as it has. Queen Bee's, $235,000 about this weekend, and the new Rita Moreno doc, which I am not a fan of, only about $75,000 this weekend. But Luca, look, Disney should have put this out in drive-ins. They should have put it out in thousands of indoor theaters. It would have done very well. Would it have done the opens of previous Pixar movies? Probably not, but it still would have made a lot of money this weekend. Father's Day weekend, you take the family safely to go see Luca. Instead, everybody's watching it at home except for those in Hollywood, California. Because Luca is not out this weekend in more than one theater, your winner is Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, and the folks at Lionsgate have to be jumping for joy today. They really have to be. It is a big week for entertainment. Obviously, Fast and Furious 9 is coming out on Thursday night. If you want to send in your questions and your comments here on LCJ Live, you can do so. Obviously, Fast and Furious 9, but also this Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern is the final Conan O'Brien late-night TV episode ever. He's going to go to HBO Max and do a weekly variety show at some point, some kind. We don't know the full details. But this is it for late-night TV after he began in 1993. And it is going to be quite a historic moment. Obviously, I lived through the Tonight Show, late night, who's on at 11:30, who's on at midnight, who's on at 10 o'clock, Jay. I lived through that whole thing and relived it through the recent CNN miniseries, Story of Late Night. And this will be interesting TV, I think, for sure, to see Conan say goodbye again. He said goodbye to the Late Night Show. He said goodbye to the Tonight Show under the most unusual, crazy, high profile of circumstances. And now he's going to say goodbye again to go streaming. And this is sort of the end of an era. It really is. Jimmy Kimmel's been around a long time on ABC, but Conan O'Brien being around for 28 years. After Leno left and Letterman left, and now Conan's leaving, it is a shift in the late night world, no question about that. So that is Thursday night. Also making it, season premiere of Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman's series is Thursday night at 8 o'clock on NBC. I watched the first two seasons. I enjoyed them. And hopefully we'll enjoy season 3 of Making It. And this Friday night at 8 o'clock on CBS is the Daytime Emmy Awards. As I posted on Twitter the other day, expect big in memoriam tributes to Regis Philbin, who passed away in July of last year after last year's Daytime Emmys happened at the end of June. Larry King and Alex Trebek. Larry King and Alex Trebek are posthumously nominated for Daytime Emmys as well and could win this Friday night. I think Trebek will. For game show host, it would be a third in a row for him. And Jeopardy probably will win best game show. I don't know which episode they submitted. If I was the producer of Jeopardy, I would have submitted Alex Trebek's last show. Because not only was it amazing to see him still do his thing just 10 days before he passed away, but also the lovely tribute video they put at the end of the episode. I would have submitted that for the best game show episode. Because that was heartwarming television to see that tribute piece at the end of that Jeopardy episode back at the beginning of January. But maybe actually they may not have submitted it, even though it was supposed to air in December on Christmas Day originally, and they moved it to January. I know the Daytime Emmys have rules about air dates and things like that, so maybe they submitted one of his episodes that aired in December instead of January based on deadlines and cutoffs. We'll have to see. But nonetheless, I do think Alex Trebek will posthumously win, and Larry King probably will as well on Friday night for the Daytime Emmy Awards. CBS, 8 o'clock, hosted by Cheryl Underwood again. She hosted with the Ladies of the Talk last year, and she's hosted with Mario Lopez before on some of the streaming versions of the Daytime Emmys that they've had over the past few years. But many of the hosts of The Talk that were co-hosts of the Daytime Emmys last year are no longer associated with The Talk. Marie Osmond is gone. Eve is gone. Sharon Osbourne is gone. What's up? Also named Connor. Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. So they just decided, instead of having the current Ladies of the Talk and some guest hosts with them do the Daytime Emmys. Let's just have Cheryl Underwood host it. So that is Friday night on CBS. Got some cool interview opportunities this week. The other night I watched a big animated movie that opens up in 2 weeks. I can reveal it here. It's Boss Baby 2. I checked that out. Hope to talk to the director of that tomorrow. And got some cool other interview opportunities this week. Brand new Netflix animated series. 2 of them from Chris Nee, creator, We the People, and Ridley Jones. I've had the chance to screen both of those and looking forward to talking with Chris this week. And some other possibilities. I have seen the first 3 episodes of the new season of Ted Lasso, which premieres July 23rd on Apple TV+. I have screened the first 3, and they're good. They are good. And I look forward to screening more of the episodes. I guess there's going to be 12. There was 10 episodes last season, but I guess there's going to be 12 this season, which is great. Bring on more Ted Lasso. And from what I've read, they're saying that in order to do the full storyline that they want to accomplish this season, they wanted to add 2 extra episodes. So that's good. I'm looking forward to more Ted Lasso. And The Morning Show as well. Season 2, September 17th on Apple TV+. Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon are back, picking things up right where we left off at the end of Season 1. If you haven't checked out Season 1 of The Morning Show yet, do so on Apple TV+. Speaking of Reese Witherspoon, last night I watched Legally Blonde for the very first time because I know that Legally Blonde 3 is coming. It may be next summer. I know they're working on it. Maybe filming it soon, though Reese has many other projects going on. But to get some things in my mind about Legally Blonde, just to have some context for Legally Blonde 3, I watched the original last night. I watched the first Top Gun at least a year ago now to get ready for Top Gun 2, which I thought was coming out last summer, and then last fall, and then this summer, and now it's this fall. So I've had Top Gun in my head for quite a while, and now Legally Blonde. I enjoyed Legally Blonde. Second half is better than the first. It really does get better as it goes along. It gets funnier. The story gets deeper and more meaningful, and Reese is great. Reese has, as I wrote on Twitter at LCJ Reviews last night, the perfect facial expressions. What's up, Shellfish Beach? Thanks for being here on LCJ Live. Reese has the perfect facial expressions in the key moments in Legally Blonde. She helps out some friends, some new friends. She interacts with other people, and just how her character is, how Elle Woods is. It is one of the most multi-layered, multi-dimensional characters, lead characters in a pure comedy that I've seen ever. And Legally Blonde is pretty much a pure comedy. There's a little drama, but compared to a lot of other movies these days that are dramedies and they skew towards drama more than the comedy, this is a pure comedy, and there's a lot to unpack when it comes to the Elle Woods character. Now, I have been advised that Legally Blonde 2 is not as good as Legally Blonde 1. Red, White, and Blonde. I haven't checked out Legally Blonde 2 yet. I may between now and when Legally Blonde 3 is released, but I've been told and advised by some film critic colleagues and friends that it's not quite as good, but we will have to see. Mason the Russo, thanks for being here on LCJ Live. How much money will F9, the Fast Saga, make this weekend? That is a good question. I have seen some estimates come in for maybe 50, maybe $60 million. Obviously, A Quiet Place Part 2 has had the biggest open so far, 48.4 in the 3 days. I feel like this could make more than that, but at the same time, Quiet Place is a lot shorter than F9. F9 is about 50 minutes longer than A Quiet Place, so not as many showtimes per screen per theater. Also, the reviews so far on F9, and I haven't seen the film yet, but the reviews have been just so-so, because it's been released overseas for weeks now and is up to about $300 million internationally. So will that cause people to say, you know what, I'm going to wait a little bit, or I'm going to wait till 4th of July weekend to check out Fast and Furious 9 instead? Some of the other Fast and Furious movies have opened to big numbers. When this franchise was revived in 2009 with Fast and Furious, it had a $71 million opening weekend. The Fate of the Furious, the most recent in the core franchise, opened to just under $100 million, $98.8 million back in 2018. Hobbs and Shaw, the last movie we really had, the spin-off with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, $60 million. I'm sure Universal would love to see F9 do more than the $60 million that Hobbs and Shaw did. It will signal that, you know what, people are ready to come back to the movies and that we made a statement here by putting this film out. If it does under the 60, I think they're going to be a little disappointed, but if it still beats the 48.4 of A Quiet Place, which is what it about did a couple weeks ago, I think they will be happy. Universal needs a gigantic hit right now. They opened Nobody in the spring, but that's only earned about $26 million, and Spirit Untamed with just $14 million from DreamWorks. But look, Universal over the next couple of weeks has F9, which is going to do big. It probably will. Forever Purge and Boss Baby 2 both open next Thursday, July 1st. 2 wide release movies from the same major studio on the same day is rare. But you know what? They want to put both of these movies out. They've had Forever Purge on the calendar for a while. They decided just a couple weeks ago to move Boss Baby 2 up from the middle of September to 4th of July weekend to get families to the movies. I think it's going to pay off for them. I really do. And so you've got 3 Universal movies in a 8-day period, including 2 on the same day. So they're going to boost their numbers for sure with all 3 of these, which should do well. Unless people are sick of the Purge franchise with the Forever Purge. Unless people are sick of that. They've already gone to see the horror movies. They've gone to see A Quiet Place. They've gone to see The Conjuring 3. But I still think the horror fans will come out to see the new Purge movie. So, Universal has their fingers crossed for the next 2 weekends. And then after that, it's Black Widow. And then after that, it's Space Jam 2 from Warner Brothers, which needs a hit now after In the Heights really has not done well. But The Conjuring has. So Warner Brothers is mixed right now, but they need Space Jam 2 to do very well. Escape Room 2 for Sony opens up that weekend as well. And then you've got no longer Hotel Transylvania, but also, I will answer your question here in a moment, Shellfish Beach, about Minions. You've also got Old, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie on July 23rd from Universal, and Snake Eyes, which is Paramount, G.I. Joe, July 23rd, then Jungle Cruise from Disney on July 30. A lot of the big movies left for the rest of June and July. Does Universal regret not doing Minions 2? I think part of the issue here was Illumination could not get the movie done. Again, I can't confirm or deny that, but that's what it seemed like has been the case of why it's been delayed multiple times. Wish I was watching Minions right now, says Brett Harity. But the fact that Universal is able to say, you know what, instead of Minions, let's do Boss Baby 2. They had the foresight to say, you know what, let's put this in because we think families need something over 4th of July, and they're moving that up is a great decision. And to get families ready for Boss Baby 2, NBC is airing the first movie, which was Oscar-nominated. It is airing it Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So that'll be good for families to, if you haven't seen Boss Baby or if you want to catch up, it's been more than 4 years, you can check out Boss Baby, 8 o'clock Wednesday night on NBC. Hopefully Minions 2 will still come out next 4th of July. Hopefully Sing 2 with Reese Witherspoon will come out from Illumination this Christmas. That would be nice. I love Sing. When I toured Illumination just before COVID, I told the folks at Illumination that Sing was my favorite. Because what Garth Jennings did, what Matthew McConaughey did with his voice performance, Garth Jennings, the writer and director of the movie, was so different from everything else Illumination had done. And I love Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2 and the Minions characters. But what they were able to do with Sing was revolutionary in the sense of you took a bunch of pop songs and you inserted them into one movie, but you didn't make it overwhelming. That's hard to do. You make characters that are dynamic and can be relatable to parents and kids. That's hard to do. You get great voice performances, and you make a story that has legitimate emotion and heart and surprise and drama to it. That is hard to do. So my expectations are very high for Sing 2. They really are. And hopefully Illumination will release that later this year. When we are back here next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern for LCJ Live, we will see how F9 The Fast Saga does at the box office. We will preview the 4th of July weekend as well. And we'll talk about some Daytime Emmy winners and everything else going on in the world of movies and television. For all of my reviews, go to Twitter at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson. The website is lights-camera-jackson.com. I'll have my thoughts this week on Wolfgang, the new Wolfgang Puck documentary, which I have seen. It debuts Friday on Disney+, as well as the new Liam Neeson action thriller, The Ice Road, which I'm looking forward to checking out. That debuts Friday on Netflix. So look for my thoughts on those later this week and more. If you want my thoughts on Luca and Rita Moreno doc, go to toofast2films.com. Mike Sargent and I debate those. We really debate the Rita Moreno movie. We really get into it for the Too Fast, Two Films podcast. I am Lights Camera Jackson. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy it. Thank you for watching LCJ Live, and I will see you next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Bye-bye.